Hello, this is Kylie J.N.S. and welcome to Freaky Friday and Happy Friday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And so, uh, obviously, as we can see the title of the video, we are doing something very. Oops, let me. Chaps checking my feedback, make sure you can hear me. But we are doing something very different today. We're trying something new. We'll see how it goes. And if it doesn't go as expected, then we won't do the series. But we wanted to start doing things for the Center for Sexual Health and Family Planning. I don't know if you guys remember, there's a video on here talking about the Center for Sexual Health and Family Planning. I started it in 2022, and the goal was to get education out for our community relating to sex, sexuality, spiritual sexuality, and relationships. And so here we have it right here. So it's Center for Sexual Health and Family Planning for Black Americans. And so this was a center where we this is rather a center where we collate and produce research towards advancing sexual health and the nuclear family via research, education, and workshop efforts. And so the center seeks to fill that unique niche in sexual health by encouraging positive Black American sexual attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors between men and women. And so uh, today in particular, we do have a lecture on the benefits of semen, as well as the psychic effects of semen on the woman's brain. And we're also going to be talking about the scientific benefits of semen. So that is the topic for today's sexual health education. You get your lecture, and then we're going to go into our Freaky Friday, which is just listening to some music, nothing too crazy. I do ask that you be open-minded and non-judgmental of our music selections. We have to be careful of making sure we don't get a strike, if we play certain things. And so we'll be listening to freaky music on Freaky Friday. And this is songs that I grew up listening to. I'm more of a jazz head, neo soul head, but also when we would go to house parties or we would hang, kick it with the friends or whatever, I used to listen to some of the underbelly music in our community. So I grew up with the music selection that we got today. It's stuff that that we would play at the parties and get our dance on. Now, one of the things that I will eventually like to do, this would be decades from now, years from now, I don't care. But when we do our Center for Sexual Health, Family, for Health and Family Planning workshops, ideally we would like to one day be able to do that in person within our own intentional community, and also have the Freaky Friday parties. Actually like be able to go and attend a Freaky Friday party where it's just dancing, good food, and kava kava. We dry. So if you want to pregame before we had a party, that's your business. But we drive because it's the Nocti Queen mothership. And so if you want to, that dry, I mean, there won't be no alcohol served. You could BYOB, or you will have kava kava, complimentary kava kava, because we believe in spiritual ascension. So kava kava is a better tool for that than alcohol. And so when we have our Freaky Friday parties, eventually we want to be able to meet up and do this. We'll have kava kava, and if you want to drink beforehand or bring your drink, that's your business. um Another thing we want to do eventually with the Freaky Friday is be able to have good food. It's not, I'm not trying to push like promiscuity on anybody. That's not what the Center for Health and Sexual Planning is about. It's not about promoting promiscuity. If anything, we're promoting tradition, Black American traditions and Black American culture, but also making sure that we have things that education and resources about sexuality, the scientific aspects, whether that be erectile dysfunction, dealing with trauma and sexuality, uh, being more comfortable with ourselves, self acceptance, knowing the parts, our actual private parts. So that's just an aspect that we want. We really need that in our community. We need our community discussing the actual aspects of family planning. Marriage, uh, long-term relationship, polyamory. We need to be discussing all of these things. So that's what this center is here for. you know. And so next week we want to do, obviously, if well, this goes well, and pretty much I'll know that by like the analytics and see how many dislikes, throughout the week. I'll see if it gets like a bunch of dislikes, because you know Black Americans, we are more pruder than other people, believe it or not, when it comes to sexuality, including our men. Our men are kind of prude in that sense. And so, you know, this idea of Knox University and my brand as a scholar and mystic, and then we go, oh, she's talking about sex. Oh, Kylie, you're not supposed to be doing that. Oh, that's something that that actually prevented me from really diving deep into this topic, because this video that I'm showing you, and I can prove with timestamps, mind you, I can prove to you the date that this video was recorded, in terms of the audio. This was recorded 2 years ago. This lecture that I'm just now releasing about semen and the effects of it on women's brains, this was literally made 2 years ago. And for 2 years, I had been sitting on it, because I'm like, how is that going to look if I talk about sexuality in the educational sense with the role, this archetype or persona of a scholar in Black American pedagogy, and as well as a mystic. So I had to contend with that for 2 years, and right now I'm just like, fuck it. I think we should be talking about it. I think that we should have it presented in a manner that's informative yet entertaining and fun. And so here we are with it. I wrote a book on Tantra. And, normally I was covering stuff with the relationships and stuff, but I wanted to keep it real high level. But I want to see if the book is on. I know let's see, it's probably, yeah, the book on Tantra, that's also a part of the Center for Sexual Health and Family Planning. We may actually get into this for today. One of the topics we may cover is semen retention. That's something we can get into today, because that chapter is already written in this book. So I can just sit here and talk about the semen retention, and then show, we can review the chapter. But this was Tantra for the Human Soul, Exploring Sexuality for Bliss and Enlightenment. This book I've written this book. I released it last year, 2023. But it's a good book in terms of exploring the sexual intimacy and this concept of the divine consciousness, merging the two. And so we talk about a number of topics: kriyas, kundalini yoga, bandhas, mudras, the Kama Sutra, mantras, tantric massages, pranayamas, yantras, left hand tantra, the history of Western Tantra, and then also some of the top, some of the more like the sacred, G-spot, prostate massages, semen retention, the yoni massage, lingam massage, the yum bomb, different positions, different pranayamas, as well as different Kama Sutra poses are featured in the book with the actual pictures. I mean, not of me, of course, but with actual pictures of different Kama Sutra poses and whatnot. And so this is nothing new for me. This is something that is a topic that's always been interesting to me. And I started this book, the outline for, I had always wanted to write a book on Tantra, but I've been studying it and using it in my own modalities and, researching it. I had started learning about Tantra since I was like 19, but as far as like studying it from a philosophical point of view, that started in 2016. And so, 2016 is when I really started to get into studying Tantra. And so, that's just one thing, a part of that we will cover here for the Center for Sexual Health and Family Planning as well. But all in all, here's the primary goals of the Center for Sexual Health. We'll read it together one more time, because we read it. It's a video on here where I actually covered all of this, but I just want to refresh people's memories if they're wondering like what is about to happen today. Freaky Friday. So the goal is to provide non-dogmatic education on sexual health and human sexuality themes to students and the community through various creative and collaborative means, taking into account the advantages of technology-based and distant learning methods, to reconnect and build healthy, loving relationships, to help Black Americans feel confident in their sexuality, to create more fulfilling relationships, to help Black Americans communicate more effectively in a bedroom, to help Black Americans learn to set boundaries and limits in relationships, and to partner with community based and grassroots organizations to foster beneficial research, education, and service. So that is what the Center for Sexual Health and Family Planning for Black Americans is. And so I do the lectures for now. If anybody has a topic you guys want to talk about, we're more than happy to explore it. So this week we'll be talking about the semen, and then next week we'll be talking about the vaginal secretions. There are some very cool things about vaginal secretions that the average Black American has no idea about. Just like they about to learn some cool things about semen that you guys don't pretty much know much about. And so it's interesting. And so after that we'll be learning. We'll be listening to some music, good music, freaky music. That's just to forewarn you. It's not going to be, G rated. What is it? PG rated. Okay. It's freaky music. It's Freaky Friday. And so eventually what we'll be wanting to do is to meet up in public and actually we'll have our own community, and we'll be able to have our own Freaky Friday parties in person where we have good Black American food, fried chicken, collard greens, all that good shit, and kava kava, and we dance the night away. But with Freaky Friday in person will be less raunchy because we get to play all different types. We get to play Michael Jackson. We get to play all types of music. We get to play, a plethora of any genre of our music. Oldies. We could do Isley Brothers. We could do, 504 Boys. It don't matter. We could do No Limit Soldiers. It don't fucking matter what we play. We play DMX, and so we just want to have those or up, because we're separate. You have to be a certain age to go to Freaky Friday. And again, we're not promoting promiscuity. It's not like Freaknik where you go and actually look for sex. That's not that type of thing. It's literally Freaky Friday party. Like it's just a Black American party that we want to do like probably every week or every 2 weeks, because it's going to be our own intentional community. So we probably want to do it like once a week or probably every 2 weeks, because we do have to have things for the youth. So ages 18 through 20 get put in their own section. They have their own parties that is separate from ours. It is completely dry, no kava kava, and they make their own song playlists. That's what we will want to do once we actually get started. Ages 19 to 20, they should have their own party, because not 19 to 20, 18 through 20, because they don't want to hang around nobody that's 17 and younger. And then they not over 21, so they can't be around drinks, and they can't be around kava kava. They can't be around adults, and then they won't even probably like the same music that we listen to. So I think it's best that ages 18 to 20 get their own party, and then 17 through 13 have their own slumber parties for kids night, for some kids night, summer party, and all that shit. So this is eventually what I would like to do with Black Americans in our own intentional community. That would be one of my goals. And then for the adults, those of us 21 and up, we have our Freaky Fridays, which consists of nice workshop for sex education, free workshop, then our party, our after party. That's pretty much what the Freaky Friday will be once we ever do it in person. But right now, we're just doing it online, see how it goes, get the education out, and branch off into this to actually actualizing this Center for Sexual Health and Family Planning for Black Americans, because it had been sitting here. Again, this lecture I'm showing y'all is 2 years old, and so let's just get to it. Janice, I hope the sound is on. I hope my bad. We hear you just fine. Okay, great. Oh man, I'm glad you guys can hear, because I would have been pissed off. Okay, so let's play. Let's see if I can. How do I switch it? Oh, add to the. Is that how you do it? Okay, there we go. And so I'm about to play the video for you guys. It's only 22 minutes long. So actually, no, it's 14 minutes long. It's only 14 minutes long. So it's not a long lecture. And then we're going to listen to our music. Hello, this is J.N.S, and today marks the commencement of our sexual spirituality series, in which we cover the objective benefits of human sexuality in certain aspects, as well as the spiritual implications of human sexuality. But in particular, today we will be discussing the benefits of semen and the psychic effects of semen on a woman's brain. So why are we discussing such things? What's the motive behind such a lecture? Well, it is to help foster deeper connections between humans and to bring awareness of the implications of certain sex acts, be it on a spiritual level. But also I want to encourage the expression of the human soul, and one way in which to garner a further self-acceptance of oneself is through sexuality. Some people may or may not know this, but I am a proponent of Black Americans being aware of their sexuality as well as their spiritual sexuality, so that we can consciously create life and offspring. It should be something that is very intentional and promote the stable relationships between men and women, whoever you're into, or even use sex as a way to connect to the higher self. So this message will resonate with certain individuals, and I want to make it clear that this is not the low level sexuality in terms of being geared towards the root chakra conversation. And by that I mean I won't be discussing sexuality from the reptilian brain or the more animalistic aspects of sex in terms of its duality. There's no judgment of it. And that's just not the aim of this particular lecture. There is nothing wrong with the animalistic nature of sex for pleasure, but most humans cannot compartmentalize the duality of sex itself. And I understand that. So if you're thinking, oh, ooh, we about to get nasty and freaky or something. Nah, that ain't that type of party. And if you out here thinking, oh, somebody gonna be getting fucked tonight, nah, that ain't that type of party. You do your bit. This is such an obnoxious video. It's gonna be extremely educational information. That's not the objective of this video. This is for edification and enlightenment only. You will enjoy the content that's going to be in this video. So let's begin. Is it healthy to eat semen? That is the question that many people have, or that many women may ask themselves. And when it comes to the semen liquid itself, the answer is yes. It is healthy to eat semen. So let's break down the actual chemical composition of semen itself. So what you can do, you can actually think of semen as a multivitamin, and one teaspoon of semen contains proteins, vitamins, minerals, including vitamin C, calcium, chlorine, citric acid, fructose, lactic acid, magnesium, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, vitamin B12, and zinc. And you can actually get about 3% of your daily value of zinc in just 1 teaspoon, which is known to slow the aging process. Semen also contains melatonin, and melatonin is a chemical that helps you relax and sleep. And the melatonin from semen can actually be absorbed through the membranes and enter the bloodstream, whether it's through the mouth or the vaginal canal. Another benefit of the semen itself is that it can lower your blood pressure. So according to a 2003 study published in the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology, swallowing semen can lower your blood pressure. You also can have a lower risk of preeclampsia, which is pretty much super high blood pressure during a pregnancy. Another benefit of semen is that it is not highly caloric. So each teaspoon is around 5 to 7 calories. So some other objective benefits based on empirical data is that semen can increase the longevity in life. So for instance, you can isolate certain compounds in sperm that can increase the lifespan of the animal by as much as 25%. So what is that compound called? It's called spermidine. So this is an isolated compound from semen itself. You can actually buy spermidine online. Like if you was to type it in Google right now, you will see what I'm talking about. And it has been found to prevent liver disease as well as liver cancer. So another benefit is that it is a natural
teeth whitener. So because the semen has a lot of zinc in it, it acts as a natural teeth whitener. And zinc's seminal job is to aid the sperm survival, so that's why it has so much zinc. The next benefit is that it can lower depression. So evidence shows that the vagina absorbs a number of components of semen that can be found in the bloodstream within only a couple of hours of administration. And this is according to a study conducted by the State University of New York in Albany, where they tested this on 293 female students. So what are the best foods to eat to even produce the best semen outcomes? The best foods was obviously fruits. So pineapple, watermelon, anything that is juicy will make the semen taste sweeter, as well as affecting the nutrition aspect of it as well. The things that make semen taste bad are milk, meat, cigarettes, a lot of processed foods, or foods with unpleasant taste or just really strong taste, like asparagus. Asparagus, even though asparagus is quite healthy, it can, make semen taste and smell really bad. And another thing I want to tell y'all is that this is really interesting. There is a cook. There's a chef, and he made a book. His name is Paul Fultonar. I may be pronouncing his name wrong, but he created a recipe book of how to make like semen cocktails and also other foods. So I think that would be some real interesting shit for, married couples. And, you can get a book like that and see what's in it, So that covers the objective benefits of semen. So now we need to discuss the spiritual implications. And this one will be more for the women. And this section will be more for the women who engages in and this will be more for the women who decides whether or not they're going to be absorbing semen of any kind. So eating semen obviously can have psychic effects of women. So you do want to be conscious and aware of who you decide to swallow. So now that you know that the semen is objectively healthy, that doesn't give women or whatever you into the license to be guzzling loads of random men, or even men with very low vibrations, because you will create a psychic attachment to whoever you swallow. So you want to swallow men with characteristics that you don't mind absorbing, men with qualities that you admire and want to implement in your auric field, because this is how deep and spiritual this shit could get. You have to be very intentional. And I'll even say, even more importantly, if you're using it for your benefits in terms of your own manifestations, if you are in, a certain, if women are very, very intuitive and very spiritual naturally, so they can use certain energies from the semen to do energy work for themselves. You have to start to think of sexuality in ways that can elevate and edify your consciousness, in addition to the pleasure aspect of it. So a lot of women don't notice, and we about to get real deep, but semen can control a female's brain, the mammal females at that. So we're going to get into some research about how that takes place. So how can semen control your damn brain? Well, there was a study done in 2012 that consisted of an international team of researchers, and it was led by a scientist named Greg Adams. He's a professor of veterinary biomedical sciences at the University of Saskatchewan. I know I butchered that name, but he led the team, and they discovered a protein in semen that acts on the female brain to prompt ovulation. And it is the same molecule that regulates the growth, maintenance, and survival of nerve cells. So this is some deep shit. So the results of that research also concluded that semen glands produce large amounts of protein that has a direct effect on the female. And this is a direct quote from Greg Adams. So this study can be found in the 2012 issue of Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, if you guys want to check that out on your own. Now, as far as how the semen gets into the woman's brain, that protein has been identified in all mammalian animals. So obviously that includes humans. and it will affect and stimulate your ovulation. And that protein is called nerve growth factor, or NGF for short. And it's found in the nerve cells. So NGF in the semen, it acts as a hormonal signal. So it works through the hypothalamus of the brain, of the female brain, and the pituitary gland. And once that happens, that's when the woman releases her hormones to the ovaries. And once she gets that semen in her, the ovaries release the egg to create a baby. So now do you see why you have to be conscious of who you have kids with and who you swallow, who you fuck? So this is really serious. So the research on that NGF protein that I was telling you about was founded by the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada, as well as the Apalca Research Foundation, the Chilean National Science and Technology Research Council, the Saskatchewan Health Research Foundation, and Canadian Institutes of Health Research. And I want to shout out the scholars that did that research, just because I like to give credit where credit is due. And that is Marcelo Rato, Zamina Valendrama, Greg Adams, Yvonne Ludak, Karen Van Stranten, and Roger Pearson. So again, picking the right partner becomes ever more crucial. Now that you know this information, I know it gotta be. We talking about a man's semen affecting your damn brain. That's some real deep shit. And you walking around with a aura, and y'all done created some type of soul tie. So you want to be very careful about how you carrying on out here, ladies. And again, the reason why it's like, okay, why are you making it like, why is the onus on the women? The women are the ones that have to consciously carry life for that 9 months in the gestation period. You're the one that's going to have to damn near make a sacrifice to bring a baby into this world. You're the one that's going to have to breastfeed it for the first 4 or 5 years of its life. So, you know, this information, as women, you know, you have to know it, because you do want to be conscious of how you do want to be conscious of the acts that you get into. Most of the acts are not even bad. Most of the shit, it don't even matter what you really doing, unless you doing something against someone's consent, or you harm an animal or something. But if you're not doing nothing to like no kids or nothing, you pretty much can do whatever you want. You just need to be conscious. This is actually a spiritual teaching of the Kahula Upanishads, of Tantra sex, magic itself. Yeah, it's like you can do what you do what edifies you, but you have to remain in full awareness. And that means the objective implications of the sex acts itself, but also the more metaphysical aspects of it, and even the biological aspects of these hormones that when you swap bodily fluids. So you want to pick the right partner in lieu of what you have learned. So I do want to end by saying you want to be comfortable swallowing. You don't want to feel obligated to do it, ladies. If that's not something you want to do, then don't engage. But I really wanted to just destigmatize, you know, this idea of bodily fluids, and I'll be doing one for the women as well. Obviously, we're gonna get deep into the nectar of the women, the nectar of the gods, of the vagina. Okay, so we're gonna be doing that, but I wanted to do that, and I felt like by looking at it objectively, so that the couples can be more intimate, especially when it comes to planning a baby, or, you know, wanting to spice things up or do something different. You know, so we're discussing nature. You know, technically we are discussing nature in its rawest form, and nothing can be more beautiful than nature, you know. So I want to end it there.
Okay. So, I want to make, you guys can still hear me? I want to make sure that, how do I stop sharing this? Do I just remove it like that? Okay. So you should be able to hear me now. I just want to check my sound just to make sure, though. That was the end of it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that was the end of today's lecture. And again, you know, this, we covered semen. Now I also want to, because that was recorded 2 years ago. And so pretty much the information, as far as my opinions on it now, it still pretty much stands. Um, though I would have liked to, because usually when I talk to these things, it's usually women listening. So perhaps the topic of semen retention wouldn't even be relevant to women. But if you are a woman and you have a spouse, um, let me get my manuscript. I actually need to go to my drive because I want to share. I want to share some things about the semen retention. If you tell your guy, this idea of semen retention sounds cool, da da da. Maybe you research it. Maybe they'll look into it to see how it can increase um, your sex life. Let me just get the information pulled up. But yeah, I recorded that video 2 years ago, and I never released it. For one, I was just so nervous about like me taking a hit for talking about such topics like that 2 years ago, and I didn't know which direction I wanted to go into. But sexual education. Again, I don't really see the big deal, with talking about those type of topics. But it was for you guys to get um, more knowledge about semen itself. Okay, I think I found. Here we go. I found my manuscript, and so let me look for the retention, semen retention. It's page 88. And so we'll talk a little bit about semen retention here. Page 88. Let's go. Matter of fact, let me just share my screen for you guys. Share screen. Manuscript. Okay, so this is the Tantra for the Human Soul book, and we're just going on to the semen retention part. But you see, we have we talk about tantric meditation, Kundalini yoga, of course, breathing exercises, all different types of stuff. Kama Sutra, different type of position. Oh, I thought that was funny. And then the 64 other arts of tantra, which are not related to not tantra, Kama Sutra. A lot of people think Kama Sutra is like all these positions and just sex, 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 but it's actually not. Like there's dancing, tattooing, spreading, arranging flowers, coloring the teeth, and these are things that you would do with your partner. Like in a relationship, you would do these 64 acts that you see on your screen here, and that would be practicing Kama Sutra. These are things that bring you closer to the spark of the passion, and they have nothing to do with you know uh sex per se. You see carpentry on there. These are things that a woman see their man doing: carpentry, gardening together. These were just things that were put out there for people to do. It was interesting stuff. And then we talked about the lagam massage and penis massage, and yoni vaginal massage. Waiting still get to their semen retention chapter. This is a good position, tantra position. You normally do it this way, though. You normally do it that way, and it's usually it's a nice meditation. Here's another pose of how that looks. Okay, here we go. Semen retention, and so semen. I'm not going to read the chapters verbatim. I just wanted to show you guys, but the idea of semen retention is to recycle a male orgasm and to hold the semen in instead of ejaculating. And it's supposed to raise your sexual energy. And also, it leads to more intense orgasm. It's an internal orgasm instead of an external orgasm. So um, the semen is literally recycled back up through the body up into the brain, and it allows for more blissful experiences, and it accelerates the male awakening, like the male awakening through kundalini. There's a little bit of a difference. I know we don't really talk about it between the energy rise from the base to the crown in men. because they can do theirs through their semen retention, believe it or not. And so it's pretty much managing ejaculation. And for women, this means that your guy will inevitably last longer. And this can be practiced to the point where they call it the 24-hour orgasm, a 24-hour. You could just keep recycling semen instead of ejaculation, and you could have these internal orgasms over and over again as a male, and go for technically a long, 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 long time. Very few men get to that level. Very few men can do that, but there are some, and there will some that will tell you they can go for hours and hours and hours. They know they'll just hold their semen in, and they. It's a process, though. You have to, because obviously some males they can't even hold. They have what's called premature ejaculation. 2 minutes, 5 minutes go past, 10 minutes go past, they already bust their nut. So this practice allows for the semen to regenerate within the body as a current. Is more electricity. Semen is electric, believe it or not, and that's why it has all those vitamins and those chemical compositions of semen that we talked about earlier. And so you can recycle that energy in the body. Okay, and so it allows you to go for extensive periods, which we already talked about. And uh, when in Western culture, it's always you have to have this ejaculation, this release. But in other cultures, it's a mark of like manhood to practice semen retention. It is like, and not everybody, even in those cultures, not everybody does it, but it's like, okay, your ability to not come and to make sure your woman is, but you are coming, but it's a different type of ejaculation. It's the internal one. And again, very few men can describe what that feels like. It's just a thing. Like, they can only describe to you the ejaculation orgasm, but not the internal one where it's recycled. Because again, it's an actual practice. It's a yoga tantric practice that you have to um do, that you have to work on. Okay. And so here's some techniques. We talk about the hold back technique. And so the hold back technique, it involves self control on behalf of the male partner. When you're actually doing love making, you are to hold back the semen. It does depend on a position you're in, whether or not you have more success. Certain positions where you're going to be more successful with, but this is one technique, the hold back method. Okay, and so you are not focused on the orgasm. And the hold back method, you insert your penis into the vagina, you have several strokes, and then you pause outside of it, and then you wait a bit, and then you go back in. Okay, and it is hard to do that because you have to. I mean, people be in the spirit of moment, love making, and passion. They ain't got time to be thinking of, okay, several strokes and let me. I mean, this is for people that are wanting that discipline. Like, you have to be your partner most likely knows that you practice in semen retention, and it's something that y'all working on. This is like something that a couple engages in together. You can also do this by yourself as a man as well for semen retention. You would practice hold back technique method by yourself, but normally, if you are someone that is talking about you want to experience the eternal orgasm, um, you if you're with your partner, you would probably most likely discuss that with them, I'm sure. And so you have to practice with them. And so you go in for several strokes, then you pull out, and then you wait, then you go back in. And you do that over and over again. Okay. So we have that, and then you have your PC muscle manipulation. This is kind of for males. It's hard to express how a woman does a Kegel, but pretty much, it's pretty much the same thing for males. Is you hold it, you have to, that feeling that you have when you have to pee, you hold, you manipulate that muscle, you hold it, and then the muscle that's by the scrotum, and the perineum, you want to pull that into the body. It's like, well, for women it's like a Kegel, but for males you just hold in, act like you hold in back your pee when you have to pee, that feeling. Okay, and so that also allows for better semen retention as well. There's also the press. This is to allow for this is an actual practice, but this can also help with semen retention. But it's something to investigate if you are a male. But I figured we cover this topic in lieu of what we just covered, and so that's pretty much it for that. That's all I'll say on it for now. And then now we're gonna play our music. Again, it's Freaky Friday. Don't judge the playlist, because if you have a suggestion, we can play your suggestion at the same time. No, we have to worry about these copyright stuff. For the most part, I don't like if a video or two don't get monetized. I'm not monetized anyways, my whole channel. But like, if it gets if it says you can't monetize the video, like some videos I don't mind that, and Freaky Friday videos most likely won't get monetized anyways because the topics are pretty graphic. And so we can play some songs, some cool songs. But if it's something that's like really really mainstream, then I'm not going to take the chance. But for the most part, we'll be playing stuff that we listened to in the parties when we was growing up at the house parties, and stuff that we listen to now when you go to the club. Is just like that. Don't judge the playlist, and don't judge me. Don't judge my taste. You guys know, you know this is stuff we grew up listening to. And so I hope you guys enjoy. If you got a suggestion, just long as it's not super super mainstream that can be risk of strike, then we'll play it. Okay. And so Freaky Friday, guys. Stimulate your mind, Craig.
You ain't gotta say too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna fuck.
And you ain't gotta call me your boo. Just as bad as you wanna fuck, I wanna fuck too.
No, you ain't gotta say too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna fuck.
And you ain't gotta call me your boo. Just as bad as you wanna fuck, I wanna fuck too.
Now you ain't gotta say much, cause I was peeping you. Looking at your hips got me thinking about how deep in you I'm trying to go. You heard about No Limit Soldiers. We get up in it and hit it harder than Dale hold ya. I thought I told you soldier draws cover my ball. I'm known for ripping the pussy walls. I heard you got that kill. I can see it all in your grill. Can you ride it like a black Mercedes? And make me do that shit I never did with other ladies. I got a woman, so I'm not looking for love. I just wanna fit your glove. Get a couple of and I'm out just like a thug. You hit me on my page if you want it. It's Soldier Passion, so get up on it if you want it. Ooh.
You ain't gotta say too much from that look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna fuck.
And you ain't gotta call me your boo. Just as bad as you wanna fuck, I wanna fuck too.
No, you ain't gotta say too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna fuck.
And you ain't gotta call me your boo. Just as bad as you wanna fuck, I wanna fuck too. Put me on the counter in the kitchen and baby, cool my body with some ice cream. Leave me from head to toe, bending me over 69 and be the next day. I wanna taste your body all night long, from sun up to sundown. I wanna make you mine.
You ain't gotta say too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna fuck.
And you ain't gotta call me your boo. Just as bad as you wanna fuck, I wanna fuck too.
No, you ain't gotta say too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna fuck.
And you ain't gotta call me your boo. Just as bad as you wanna fuck, I wanna fuck too.
Kill like a candle and kiss you in the places the light won't show. I'll take my time and do it slow. I'll do my own exercises right between your thighs. It's all very pleasurable. I'll go places he won't go. Let's keep it on the low, so he won't know. Now let's take it to the floor. You ain't gotta say too much from the look in your eyes. I can tell you wanna fuck.
And you ain't gotta call me your boo. Just as bad Daddy, you wanna fuck, I wanna fuck too.
No, you ain't gotta say too much. From the look in your eyes, I can tell you wanna fuck.
And you ain't gotta call me your boo. Just as bad as you wanna fuck, I wanna fuck too.
You know what I love about that song? Hold on. That beat. It's Master B, Master P and what's that? Master P No Limit Soldiers. They produced that. But that ding 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 ding. I swear I love that beat. I mean, obviously the lyrics or whatever obnoxious or whatever. But like as a kid, like I've always been drawn to like I want to know who was the producers of that damn song because they had that beat down pat. I mean, it was such a smooth ass beat. And when I was a little kid, and like in seventh grade, like my mind was like, that beat is so nice, and it always stuck with me. And so that's why I listened to that song throughout, the year or whatever, because I really enjoy that beat. Okay, let's keep on.
So come on, touch me, baby. I'm so horny and I want you to fuck me. I'm tired of masturbating, got my body shaking, no orgasm faking with me. I'm so horny and I want you to fuck me. I hope you're ready for love, 'cause I am more than enough. I'm so beautiful now on me. Now I'm just sitting in my lingerie, sipping on some Alizé, trying to formulate all the ways I can make you say, ooh, baby, right there, don't stop. Put it in your mouth, twirl it round till you make it pop. Now I'm gonna make you sweat when you go down in between my legs. You gon' be fantasizing about these lovely thighs. It's gonna be hypnotizing. Won't you come on and see? I'm so horny and I want you to fuck me. I'm tired of masturbating, got my body shaking, no orgasm faking with me. I'm so horny and I want you to fuck me. I hope you're ready for love, 'cause I am more than enough. I'm so beautiful now on me.
I see your pussy lips smiling and grinning like they want something up in them. Wanted to ask you for some, but didn't want to offend you. But now I see you about as freaky as me. I busted 2 nuts already. Now you waiting for number 3. You ask me what will it take to get me hard again. I say saliva, but see you ain't down for swallowing. You'd rather have it on your skin. You wanna rub it in. Move your tongue like that once more, girl. I'm about to nut again. Fuck your friends in your business asking why I call every day. And why your face is so clean, just tell them all of Olay. I thought I could run a good race, but girl, you can do miles. Lay on your side, raise up your leg, let me see that beautiful smile. Oh yeah, I'ma put it all in there. And you relax, but then you ask me to pull your hair. Then I'll do it, you'll scream, but the nut won't last. 'Cause right before you know it, splash.
I'm so horny and I want you to fuck me. I'm tired of masturbating, got my body shaking, no orgasm faking with me. I'm so horny and I want you to fuck me. I hope you're ready for love, 'cause I am more than enough.
I'm ready. Okay, look John, here it goes. Did it suck? I did so. Sorry, want you to put it on me. Rough sex, fuck this. Let me put you to the test. Up and down, in and out. Put that dick back in your mouth. You taste the cream, I'ma make it cream. You dick fiend, I'ma pussy fiend, role play, fantasy, Tennessee, ecstasy, hard and fast, nice and slow. After this, ain't gon' walk no more. Lay it down, pick you up, speed it up. You in the bus, doggy style, but why? Leave your ass screaming out. Goddamn, don't stop, come rising to the top. Girl, you suck dick so good, make me wanna call the cop. And it don't make no sense the way you suck the dick, the way you lick from the shaft to the dome of the dick. Goddamn, can't lie, girl, I love this shit. Strap up, get lit, fuck the shit out of it. Cause I'm Big Sam, baby. I rock your world, baby. I lay the kind of pipe that make your toes curl, baby.
Ooh, na, 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 na. I'm so horny. Ooh, na, 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 na. So touch me, baby. Ooh, na, 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 na. I know that you want me. Ooh, na, na, so come and bust one on me. Ooh, na, 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 na. I'm so horny. Ooh, na, 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 na. And I want you, baby. I see it's nice and hard for me. So come and ski it on me.
J.N.S. Nigga, this the 15th motherfucking time that I called and left your ass messages. I done text your bitch ass and you ain't responding to nothing. What the fuck is you doing? Who the fuck is you out there with? You think I'm stupid? My girls already done put me up on your ass tonight, nigga. When you get home, I got some news for your bitch ass.
Why you coming home?
5 in the morning.
Something's going on. Can I smell your dick?
Play me like a fool, cause that ain't cool.
So what you need to do is let me smell your dick. Why you coming home 5 in the morning? Something's going on, can I smell your dick? Don't play me like a fool, cause that ain't good. So what you need to do is let me smell your dick. It's 4 o'clock and I'm sleeping, it's late night and you creeping. Could've told me I'm leaving, now I know you're out there cheating.
Why you gotta do me like that?
When I call you, don't call me back. I'm texting you like, nigga, where you at? That's fucked up, why you do me like that? I can't sleep and you tricking. In the club with dirty foot bitches. My girl was in, she witnessed. She had a camera phone, she took pictures. You was on the dance floor grinding. The stripper
whole name Diamond.
You was tossing hard, you was shining. Everything she drank, you buying. But nigga, you need to stop lying. Before I get mad and pull out my 9. You wanna do bitch to fuck, then that's fine. But don't fuck hers and try to fuck mine. You keep telling me you ain't touch her, but some keep telling me you done fucked her. And I ain't that bitch you wanna play with. Nigga,
Drop them drawers and let me smell that dick.
why you coming home
5 in the morning.
Something's going on, can I smell your dick? Don't play me like a fool, cause that ain't cool. So what you need to do is let me smell your dick. Why you coming home 5 in the morning? Something's going on, can I smell your dick? Don't play me like a fool, cause that ain't good. So what you need to do is let me smell your
They smell my
dick.
dick, wait a minute, hold up. See, that's how a bitch get her eyes swole up. And I don't give a damn what your homegirl seen when I was in the club. What the fuck you mean? They ain't got no business trying me like that. You ain't got no business trying me like that. I wasn't even feeling down it like that. I was wildin', but I wasn't down it like that. That's alright, that's okay. Don't ever leave what your homegirl say. A nigga like me, drink a lot of liquor, meet a lot of bitches, take a lot of pictures. I might break bread with 1 or 2 strippers, but that don't mean you gotta pull my zipper. Thinking I dick down the whole town, even though I got dick to go around.
Why you coming home 5 in the morning? Something's going on, can I smell your dick? Don't play me like a fool, cause that ain't cool. So what you need to do is let me smell your dick. Why you coming home 5 in the morning? Something's going on, can I smell your dick? Don't play me like a fool, cause that ain't
Cell, 2G, 2000 watts. Yeah, yeah,
Looking at my rollie, girl, I see it's almost time. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I hope you're getting ready, girl, and don't forget the wine. How long is gonna be? Tonight's just for you and I, and it's gonna be so fly.
so fly, so fly. What?
I like having you around, so I gotta put you down. So be there or be square.
Be there, be square.
Oh, oh, oh. Girl, please don't be late. Me, yeah. Please don't make me wait. Step into me, castle, lay it down, bow.
Come on in, baby. Yeah.
Get a little something for my sexy mama. Checking for you since day one. You're my mood and you're my sun.
My star. You shine. Yeah.
Girl, you're jiggy and you know that I'm feeling your steam long. Be there, be square. Everything in my girl, please don't be late. Don't be late. Don't be late. Don't be You're everything that I've been searching for. And there's no need for me to search no more.
Them boys can sing, can't they? Them boys know they was singing. Them boys are singing.
LB, don't stop. What you gonna do now? Come into my, what?
Yes, Silk, you was singing that.
You ready, baby?
Yo, honey, I've been thinking about it, and I really just don't want to
this
go to
was
this
this
party
was
tonight. I
one of
know
my
these your
favorites
friends, and I know this
growing
is
up.
special, but I'm just not feeling them tonight like that.
Look, all of my friends are waiting.
So I'm scheming. I can't go on like this. Believe
Montel
that
Jordan.
her love is true. Oh, standing on the dance floor while she drinking. You are all I want, girl. She's a chicken. We might be together, but love is missing. Girl, I want you. So what can we do? Girl, if it's alright, let's go somewhere and get it on.
Why didn't he just go out with his original girlfriend though? This video was so weird to me growing up. Like why didn't you just go out with your girl and she wanted to go out? Look at Montel Jordan's face. Look how he looking like what the fuck what is he? Look at his face. He looking like this is some Buster stuff. Like he didn't even want.
Now she's looking at me, but keep talking. Oh, now she trying to ice you. Let's start walking over on the dance floor. It's her fault, but what can she do? Tell me, baby, yeah.
It's a fine girl. Every day. That was my song back in the day, boy.
First, let me say I'm sorry in case I go too far, but I don't foresee a problem for the fact that here you are and here I am. Here's my disclaimer. If you decide to stay, I swear you won't regret this moment. But first I need you to obey. Embrace, squeeze, lay it down. Lose those G's. Show you how you put me to work. Yeah, I can be your big night. All day, first, oh, babe. Oh, oh, oh. Before a moment, accept me as your king. In return, my tongue will love you. My head, your neck, no screams. Tap me once if it's too much pressure. Tap twice if you need to breathe. Don't play tough if you're not ready. Before you faint on me, oh baby, stay in place as I grab you. Don't get mad if I bury your face. I might snatch your hair if it's real. Just baby, right the way. Yeah, day on day, first. Oh, let me control you, baby. Grace screams, lay it down, cheese. Show you how you work, yeah. I can be your prime all night, all day, all day. Oh, slow it down, coming all over me, all over me. Oh, wash off with time, dripping time. Sun don't come for a while. The laws and make sure you smile away. Grind slow, no premature pop in the gun. I'm trying to rock the middle up until it's done. Till the song all done. Till the song. Oh, oh.
Hey, you up? You up?
No.
Wake up then.
please explain just how you know how to make me so vulnerable. This love is a roller coaster. Along the coast, come find me along the coast. Sudden raindrops condense and fall from above me when I'm below. Let your love explode, boy, please let it overflow. Don't release me, don't let me go, till the sun rises in the morning. Along the coast, come find me along the coast. Can I watch while you row your boat? I love the way you stroke it. I know you know, boy, I said I know you know. I'll be missing you until the next time we're along the coast. It's alright for you to touch my ooh. Hold me tight, you know you feel so good. Spend the night under the stars and moon. Make it last until the afternoon. Do it on a misty morning breeze, set ablaze an entire forest of trees. That's fine by me. How low can you go? How deep does your love go, baby? Let me know. Make love on the ocean floor. I know you know, boy, I say you know. I'll be missing you until the next time we're along the coast. Yeah.
I think I really wanna go someday. I wanna fall in love with Montego Bay. I know my heart is wherever he may stay. I think I really wanna go someday. I wanna fall in love with Montego Bay. I know my heart is wherever he may stay. How's it feel to be on my mind? I can't believe I found you in time. I had a dream across seas for you and me. Sunny on my lap, holiday on my back. Oh, sweet pea, holy sound. I picture as blue undress me. I never knew sweet face someday won't come soon. I think I really wanna go someday. I wanna fall in love with Montego Bay. I know my heart is wherever he may stay. I think I really wanna go someday. I wanna fall in love with Montego Bay. I know my heart is wherever he may stay.
Hello, baby, wanna smoke with me? Dread, and a party getting close to me. Say, hold up, slow up, roll up, dance slow, baby, smoke. Niggas off the gasoline, smoking backwoods, and the backwoods up and lavishly. Ooh, that's my Montego Bay. I know my nigga like me. I know he cook his curry spicy. I know he eat me like I'm wifey. You know my hotel overpricey, so he gon' fuck me like I'm Oprah. Classy bitch only use a coaster. Now I'm swimming in the money with a ducky or two. Read a Toni Morrison in a nigga canoe, cause a bitch really about her freedom, cause a bitch sucking dick in the new Adidas. And yes, I'm problematic too. And yes, I lick them up, oh yes, I really do. Protection is a wave, cause we be open too. Jamaica, thank you for my baby, I'm in love with you.
just discovered this 70s spiritual jazz today. And so we're going to play that. We'll end it there. But you guys have a great, great weekend. And I'll see if we do this next week. We probably won't play the music, but we'll probably just do the lecture. That may be more interesting. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you guys can check out the 70s spiritual jazz, this is some cool jazz. Not all of it is singing. This one was singing, but I thought this was dope. I was happy to discover this, and so I'm gonna listen to this actually when I get off because I want to finish it. But you guys have a great weekend, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Be easy. Love you.